Hi guys, it's Jabbar here. So I've basically been trying to work on implementing Android uh, into uh, basically the pipeline for building applications. And um, well, I encountered a lot of different problems when trying to do this, and so I figured I'd go over a few of them. Um, I was going to make a video after I finished working on it, but I encountered a really big problem that might actually kind of delay to finish for this. So I figured I'd make something out just to cover most of the stuff that I went over. So let's see here. So first, let me just okay. So basically, I've implemented cmake into Nano Engine now. So um, here's the cmake list. It's only one file, and this is because I figured it wasn't that complex to do multiple files. I initially had one inside of here, which is for extensions. I have one inside here, platforms, Android. I had one here when I was creating this library, and if you're familiar with CMake, you'll know what this is here. Let me find it. Um, where's it at? Right here. So basically, I was trying to. I initially had this at this level here, but I decided to move it out to the root directory because it just made more sense. Everything that was needed. So one of the problems that I encountered with this was dealing with 32 and 64-bit signage. So uh, I- that's not the first problem I had, but basically when I was doing this, I could just go to where we at here. Let's see dependencies, GLFW. So basically, I was using the 32-bit version of GLFW, and I tried to force a 32-bit build with cmake. I set some of the linker flags and everything. But for whatever reason, when I tried to do this, it didn't work, which was like what I found on Stack Overflow because I was trying to CMake initially just I think builds it as 64-bit, but I tried to force it as a 32-bit build, so that didn't really work. I tried doing it through the command line with I think it was I can't remember what the actual property was, but I tried to do it that way as well, and it didn't work. So, um, what wound up happening was I had to bring in the 64-bit version of GLFW here, and so that basically allowed it to compile and get those extra dependencies in there. And so um, after I did that, because this is my first time using CMake, so I was still trying to learn it while I was doing that. And so actually before I did that, I can just go to So when I was building this with Gradle, the way Gradle actually calls CMake is actually different from how, and then I could just show you that. Um, just let me just go to. You'll see what I mean in a minute here. Okay, so and by the way, this isn't finished, so I have some of the architecture set for Android here because I was trying to use JNI libs earlier to implement the SO file, but on Windows it's a DLL. And so I had some trouble with that as well because it's looking for an SO file. So that's the problem I was talking about. I may have to actually get a Linux virtual machine and try to build it out on there. And so basically I was trying to, if I try to actually run this, it's not going to work. But what I was trying to do was, if you go to, it's just, oops, all right, one second. Visual Studio Code. I just opened it here. So I was trying to basically find out how this file was basically setting OpenGL directories because on Windows, those directories get set when you run it through the command line for cmake, but when you run it through Gradle for Android, for whatever reason, there's a problem. Um, oh yeah, I think it's because this argument wasn't working. This, that's what it was. So yeah, let me just try that again. So I was just kind of just trying some stuff there, but if I build it here, it should first I have to sync it. So basically, here you go. So you see, it's not finding those OpenGL libraries, and um, basically, this is because I think Gradle sets some environment variables differently, or it's ran through some different system. Uh, so I basically could set them this way. So what I wound up doing instead of using this was, all right, so after building those files out, I didn't want to show my file directory path there, but you can see now there's some files here. And so in here, there's the DLL as well as the lib for the mobile library. And so basically, I'll come back here and let's see where we're at. So inside of app source, I've set up this main folder here, JNI libs. And basically, this is where I was putting the DLL file. So I was basically putting it there because um, I saw online that there was a solution for doing it without using Gradle. If you just put it in the right directory path for it to be looked up at. And inside of build Gradle here, this is where I was basically setting that. Now, when I was trying this, Java automatically prepends lib and it like appends .so to the file. So inside of the main activity here for Android, system.library. Basically, I included it as this, but I couldn't find this. So I was thinking because it was a DLL file, not an SO file. Maybe I was getting that issue. Um, Currently, I'm trying to figure out how to actually do it through Gradle because those Windows SDK directories are not set, I don't think. So OpenGL can't be found. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that right now. I figured I would just compile this on Linux if I just download a Linux virtual machine and compile the SO files and then leave some instructions on doing that just to kind of um, uh, follow along with the process for doing it. And that would be like how I guess you'd have to generate the SO files, but I was trying to see if there's a better way. I couldn't force the SO file through cmake. I tried to set the platform to Linux, but then it couldn't find the OpenGL directories anymore. So I tried that. It didn't work. So and which makes sense because it's different file structure setup. So that's pretty much where I'm at right now. I had a couple of errors that like I had to fix, and so I figured I'd make something kind of detailing what I had to deal with for anyone that might have the similar issues. So that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section. This doesn't work yet, so um, I wouldn't really try this yet, obviously, because it's still bugs. But yep, until next time.